So, welcome everybody to our team call tonight. It is May 2nd, Monday, May 2nd, and it's the first Monday of the month. And I don't know about you guys, but I definitely am happy for a fresh, clean slate. April was a little bit of a rough month for me, and I'm definitely I was evaluating, how I did last month versus what my goals were and what I can do differently. And I definitely can see where I failed in some things and need to improve. So that was it's part of what we're going to talk about tonight. So it's going to be a very informal call, no slides and all that jazz tonight. First of all, I want to talk about the specials for May, the challenge packs and stuff that are on sale. And then I also want to talk about the personal development team challenge that I posted about yesterday. And I just kind of want to share a little bit more about what my vision is for that and how I want to implement that going forward this month. Also, as far as goal setting, I also posted in the large team page yesterday a post about new month, new goals, and ask people to share their goals. So I would love if we can have a few volunteers on the call tonight to share one or two of your goals for this month, whether it's a personal goal or a business goal. And I also just wanted to give a quick little snippet about defining your own success, which is kind of a theme that has been coming up in a couple of the calls that I have and chats that I have with a lot of my personally sponsored coaches. So to get things started, it's May. The Challenge Pack specials are posted in the group, but there's going to be size, which is on sale for $140, and the size Kickstart, which is size plus the the 3-day refresh for $180. And then there's also Insanity Max 30, which is on sale for $140, which is crazy to me because that one's normally $205, I thought. Or is it $180? Either way, $140 for that program is definitely a big discount, and that is a really great program. And in fact, it's 1 year ago now that I did that program because the pictures have been coming up in my time hop. And that's by far the hardest, outside of the Ultimate Reset, which is hard in a different kind of way. Yeah, it's really the hardest program that I've done and completed, which is definitely different for me. So I'm not usually a Shaun T person, and I don't know if it's a program. I like size. I like the Shaun T in size. I don't know if Shaun T and Max 30 all get along. But anyway, so those are some of the Challenge Pack specials, and also the Ultimate Reset is on sale, which I also know, I saw a post from Carl saying that it's going to be permanently reduced in price. So the Ultimate Reset is a 21-day detox, and it's one of those programs that it's very hard to explain it and to sell it and invite people to it unless you've done it yourself. It's just one of those that you have to have that personal experience with it for some reason. So, okay, hold on one second. I'm going to see if I can go ahead and mute all. Okay. All right, that's better. Okay, can you guys still hear me though? Yes? Okay, good. So anyways, I know that there is a big group of people that are going to be doing the Ultimate Reset. So if you have, if you yourself are going to be doing it, or if you have people that are interested, definitely get them plugged in. I know Rachel Goldberg, I see her down there in the chat. She's big into the reset. And there's lots of recipes that I still use and implement from when I did the Ultimate Reset, because it introduced me to a lot of new veggies and things like that I wasn't used to eating and that had always scared me off, like beets, for example. So, Sarah, that was a funny face. They're good. I just don't like preparing them, but
I tried to like them, but I just can't. I tried.
Goat cheese.
Oh, with goat cheese, yeah. They're best from a restaurant, so you don't have to prepare them yourself because then your hands get messy. But I don't like the kind at the salad bar. Those still kind of gross me out. They have to be like roasted beets. So it's probably like Brussels sprouts, one of those things where it's all in how it's prepared.
Are there a lot of beets in the reset or something? Is that what you're talking about? Do I have to be afraid that I'm going to be eating beets for 21 days?
No, I think that there was only like
one night. One or two.
Yeah.
I like beets, so I'll be okay. I just don't like them when they're super squishy.
It's a roasted root medley, and so you do like sweet potatoes, onions, carrots, and beets, and you roast it, and it's
that would be good.
You put like Himalayan salt on it, and it's actually surprisingly really good.
Yeah, I don't mind beets, but I'm like Jen. I don't like the ones that come with the salad bar and they're all smushy and bitchy and gross.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, Ultimate Reset. That's an option. If you do have people that are doing it, they must be in a group. It's not something that you can let them figure it out on their own. So that's what I have to say about that. So moving on to May, does anybody have some goals that they would like to share for the month of May?
I'll share mine with you, Jen.
Okay.
I want to be Success Club 10 in my business center. Success Club 6 in hubby's, at least 5, but I want to give them 3 coaches, so that's 6.
Mm-hmm.
I want to finish my Sparkle PD book and move to the next one in her series because she's awesome. I already bought them all. They're all on my Kindle.
Yeah.
And I want to add, of my own, I want to add 7 coaches of myself on the team. So last month our team did 11, but I want 7 of them to be my personally sponsored. So those are my goals for May.
Awesome. Who else? Who else will share? Those were business goals. Who would like to share a personal goal?
I'll share.
Okay.
I want to finally, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. I want to finish Failing Forward, and I want to start one of the Kindle books. And if anyone has a recommendation, which one to start with? The ones that you recommended, Jen. And I want to lead my first challenge group, which we talked about, and shoot for 55.
Awesome. I think from the book, from Kara's books, what are they? There's Champagne Diet, Sparkle, and what's the other? Girl Code. And then what's the 4th one? Oh, Fit, Fabulous, something about Fabulous. Sparkle, well, Girl Code is really good. That's my favorite one because the other 3 are great and their personal development, like, it doesn't even have to be business related. Like, it would reach anybody, but Girl Code is like specific to entrepreneurs, I guess you could say. So, and plus one of our coaches on the team, Cher Nath, she's running a Girl Code group also. So I guess if I was putting my opinion in, I would say to go with Girl Code so that you could participate in the group with us too. So,
the other one is Fearless and Fabulous.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. I think that was the very first one that I ever read of hers. And I thought, I love all of them. I think they're great. Okay. Who else?
I'll share a personal goal.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, it's kind of entwined with coaching, but I really want to implement the Miracle Morning for more than 2 days in a row, which is the longest I've done it. But yeah, I want to do a 30-day Miracle Morning for myself and then maybe do a group for it because I've tried to do both at the same time and it hasn't really caught on. So
Yeah, that's funny. That's been a theme I've heard a few times with some other coaches who have shared their goals with me for the month, and that's actually on my list here too. Under my personal was recommit actually to Miracle Morning. So,
do you have the actual journal, Nicole, from Hal Elrod? You get to check off each thing as you do them, and
is it something you buy or is it a free online?
I got it on Amazon. In fact, I have 2 weeks left, and it's been a full year. Not that every day is perfect and all 6 get done by any stretch. Actually, the worst I was when I was at Summit last year. But but it's, for the most part, I get them in, even if they're really quick. I at least touch on them because I want to check them out. And it has a nice little spot, and it has a theme to write about each day. And so you can add to it and have a separate journal if you want to journal longer, but it kind of keeps you focused, and it makes it okay to just be a quick amount of time too, I feel like. And so that really helped. And it's just the Miracle Morning Journal.
Okay, that's great. Especially because I never know what to write about for journaling. So
I know, it is. It's neat. And I started off just completely commenting on what they wrote, and now I don't anymore. So it just kind of got me going. So it's cool.
Thanks for that. I'll check it out.
He also, on his website, that he talks about in his book, about the 30-day challenge. You can download this for free, and it's got a whole bunch of different questions and prompts and whatnot.
Yeah, and it has all doesn't it have all the morning affirmations and evening affirmations, and that's a really neat place too.
Cool. Thank you guys.
Website.
yeah, I in the beginning when I was doing Miracle Morning consistently, I used the morning and bedtime affirmations that were given on the website, just because every time I was like, oh, I need to make my affirmations, I just kept on putting it off, and I was just drawing a blank as to what they should be. So I just used his just to kind of have a starting place, and I did them, and I felt weird about it in the beginning, but I think that they were definitely helpful. And it even talks about that you have your clothes set up and all this stuff in it. Then I would read it, and I'd be like, oh, well, I can't say it out loud if I don't actually have that done. So then it would make me actually get back up out of bed, set up my workout clothes in the morning so that they were already set up in the morning. And it was awesome. And I hate that I ever got off track with it, but I did. And so I'm also, going to be working on that this month too, or committing to it. So, all right. Well, thank you guys for sharing about your goals. And there's definitely something, there's so many people in personal development land like Shalene and Brendan Bouchard who just preach about how important it is to actually write down your goals. So if you haven't, if you just have some stuff in your mind that you're like, oh, I really want to tackle this, I really want to read this book, unless you actually write it, and I would challenge you to take it one step further and actually post it on our thread about goals, it just makes it that much more real and official, and it's going to be on the forefront of your mind. If you just have it floating in your head, it's you're going to forget because life happens and there's a million things coming at you every day, so it's not going to be at the forefront of your mind. But if you have it on your paper, on your notepad, and you see it all the time, then you know what you're working for. So that kind of brings me to my next topic, which is the Personal Development Challenge. And I shared with you guys yesterday in the group that I had kind of been failing in my own personal development journey. And it's not that I haven't been doing personal development, but I wasn't really taking personal development as seriously as I wanted to take it this year. And we did a team call a couple months ago where I talked about course correction, and I talked about some of the main key learning points I've had in my in my journey as a coach over the last 5 years, and that one of them was personal development. And like in the beginning, I didn't do it at all. And it took me like a year to finally really commit and say, all right, this is important. This is something I have to commit to doing every day. And then everything was fine. And it got to a point last year when I was at leadership in October, and I was having a conversation with Miguel Carrasco. And he said, you can get to a 6-figure income with Beachbody, kind of just doing the 10 pages a day that Beachbody recommends. But if you want to pass that 6 figures and like go beyond, go to 7 figures and further, you have to really dive into personal development. You have to really like invest in yourself. And I think Shalene says you're supposed to like invest 10% of your income into your own personal development. And Miguel was saying that you have to like, invest and go to like a seminar, like a Tony Robbins type thing. And to be honest, I guess it scared me to make one of those kind of investments in a personal development seminar, because I know my own track record in reading personal development books and just kind of reading it to just check it off the list. I wasn't like really taking it in and implementing it. And, some of these seminars, they can be like thousands of dollars. And so I just didn't trust myself enough to think that I would go and get all the value I needed to get out of it. So because I knew that about myself, I knew that I needed to make this year like my year of personal development. And I knew that we have our winter summit coming up later this year, where we're going to be seeing Tony Robbins and Eric Worre and Richard Branson and, some major like awesome people in the personal development field. And so I wanted to like really work up to be able to be there, be present, and be able to take everything in and like implement things. So as I shared with you at the beginning of the call, I was kind of like, I didn't have my best month last month. And so I was kind of reflecting where I was failing. And I think that is one of the things where I'm failing a little bit is in the personal development area. So I know that if I'm having trouble, then most likely other people may be having trouble too. So that's why I made the post yesterday in the group about, really committing to it and not just doing it as something that you're checking off your list, as this is part of my daily to-do list. I listen for 10 minutes, I can check the box and move on with my life. Like there's a difference between doing that and actually listening and actually taking it in and actually learning and implementing. And I think we can all agree with that. And like, of course, part of the benefit of this business is that you can fit it in, whatever lifestyle you're having, and, you can be busy and do all these things. And we tell you, oh, well, you can listen to personal development while you're washing dishes and doing this and running the kids to school and all this stuff. But when you do it that way, you may hear, a certain percentage of the content that they're delivering, but you're not like soaking it in 100% if you have all this other craziness going on. So I still think that you can get benefit from it, but you're not getting like 100%. You're not giving it your full undivided attention. And that's where I have personally been failing. So I wanted to just kind of make this a month for all of us to be a little more intentional about our efforts in personal development. And I think our team as a whole is really great in workouts. Like we're really spot on about getting up in the morning or getting home from work at night and like getting our workout done with no interruptions. And like, it's just, we're really good at that. So I really want to take those same principles and apply that to personal development. And even if it is just 10 minutes where you're giving 10 minutes of undivided attention to your personal development. So that's where I kind of want to go with this challenge. And I was just going to have everybody post on the cover photo, but then Sarah Manaresi had given me the idea of having like a daily check-in. So like whoever is first for the day to do their personal development, they can start off the day by making a post saying like Tuesday, May 3rd, personal development check-in. So then everybody on that day can just post like, I read 10 minutes of Girl Code, or I read 10 minutes of whatever, or I read 10 pages of whatever. Whatever it is that you're doing that day of your full undivided attention. So if you just happen to like listen to a podcast while you're doing a million other things, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that 10 minutes or whatever that you're giving your undivided attention to personal development specifically. Not training, not something where you're learning how to use a new photo editor app, not those things. Those are important too, but this is something I'm asking you guys to do where it's specifically personal development. It's specifically about mindset or leadership or time management or productivity or whatever it is where you think that you need the most focus and attention. So once we get that going, we will, of course, have like maybe a weekly drawing for participation. So that way I can just incentivize it a little bit more, just so to make it a little fun, and have some different giveaways that I can do to give out to you guys that are participating and keeping the threads active. And I think it'll be good. I think that, all of us could use it, and all of us can use the accountability. So if you see somebody who maybe has posted regularly, like Monday through Thursday, and then you don't see anything from that person on Friday, then I challenge you to reach out to that person and be like, hey, I haven't seen you post yet on the personal development thread. Did you do your reading yet? It doesn't always have to be your upline coach or you checking in on your downline coach. It can be all of us. We're the Fit Family Network for a reason. So don't be shy to reach out if you don't see a post from Rachel Greenberg, or Rachel Goldberg. Just reach out and check in on each other and say hey, where are you at? You're doing this with me. We're partners, we're family. So that's the personal development challenge. We're going to do that for the month of May. So today is the 2nd, and when we get off the call, we'll still have 2.5 hours left to get it done. So if you haven't done it yet, you still have time. And one thing that I like to do time management wise for personal development specifically is I like to just set the timer. So I will set my watch for, today I did 20 minutes. So I set it for 20 minutes and I just read. I didn't look at my phone notifications. I did not have Mikey around or Mike, and I just read 20 minutes. And another thing that sometimes I'm guilty of is I'll read, and a couple minutes in, I already have something that I'm like, oh, I love that quote. I need to make a post. And immediately I'll stop reading and I'll go to Facebook and make this post. And then I'm off into Facebook land because I made my post, but then I saw something else and I start scrolling, and you know how that goes. So then I never finished. I only read 2 pages. So just set the timer. Don't worry about making a post. Read it and then make the post later. So, all right. So the last thing that I wanted to talk with you guys about tonight is defining your own success. And this was a conversation I had with a few people, and this was something that was really helpful for me when I got started as a coach. Hold on a second. Let me take a drink. And if you guys know my journey in the beginning with hitting Success Club very often on and not being very consistent with my business building, it was hard for me because I saw other people that hit the ground running and were successful right off the bat. And that is what I was comparing my success to. So if I see somebody else that went diamond in 90 days and it took me 90 days just to get emerald, I look at myself as a failure. I'm like, it took me 90 days to find 2 human beings, and this other person has a whole team of 12 people that are all excited and loving Beachbody and, running. And I'm at a turtle pace. So if I would have defined myself as a failure at that point, I probably would have quit. But I wasn't playing the comparison game, and I wasn't judging my success solely by Beachbody's standards of rank and Success Club. There's so much more to this business than Rank and Success Club. And we talk all the time about how relationships are what is the core of this business. Making those relationships with people, being genuine and authentic, and, you know, taking that pure approach of actually helping people and actually making a difference in people's lives. So while I may not have been signing people left and right and having, you know, a line at my door for people wanting to be in my challenge group, I was getting messages from people. I was having people send me a text and say, thank you for posting that. I really needed to hear that today. Or thank you for introducing me to Shakeology. I have finally stopped drinking Red Bulls all the time, or whatever it is. So there's so many different ways that you are successful as a coach. You posting about your journey and inspiring somebody to know that they can do it too. Or you posting about your run and inspiring somebody to start the Couch to 5K program. There's like so many different things, you know, posting about faith and posting about being on a team and posting about having an accountability partner. Like all of those things are part of your success as a coach. And I have kept so many little messages and notes, like actual snail mail notes that I've gotten in the mail from my team and from challengers, because when you have those moments where you feel like you're failing and you feel like it's just not working and there's something you're missing, there's something you're doing wrong, I can pretty much guarantee that everybody who signed up to be a coach when they first started said, if I can change one person's life, then I made a difference. So then just because Beachbody is telling us Success Club, and because your coach is telling you should hit Diamond, and, you know, yes, those are great goals and those are great benchmarks to have and great goals, you know, to give yourself, but it doesn't equal your success. So you have to make that clear definition for yourself of what success is. And I know, like for me, Scotty is, you know, the person who sponsored me in the business. And he said, what does your successful day look like? You know, did you start new conversations? Did you, you know, just give somebody a compliment? Just make it clear to like, what would a successful day look like to you? And if you do those things, then at the end of the day, you can go to bed and say that you had a successful day. And that's what matters. And that's what counts in this business, because we're here to help people live healthy and fulfilling lives. So Success Club, yes, it's a benchmark. It's a way that we measure our business. It's a way that we kind of set a pace for ourselves to know if we're adding customers, we're adding coaches to our team. But it doesn't mean that you're a good or a bad coach, or that you're successful or unsuccessful. So I just want you guys to remember that and to keep those messages, because I will tell you, it's been 5 years for me, and there's definitely times where I feel down in the dumps and I feel like I'm not measuring up to where I need to be. And I feel like I have people that can't finish 21 Day Fix. And I'm like, what is wrong with me as a coach that I can't get someone to work out for 21 days in a row? So, you know, you have to keep those as a way to like pick yourself back up and to remember that you are doing good work, you are inspiring people, and people are better because of you. So that is that. So if anyone else has anything they would like to share, or, you know, I don't know, say anything about that. Let me see if anything is in the chat. Yeah, Rachel has been a coach for almost as long as me and took forever to rank to Emerald, and many times I could have given up. Yeah. And Lori says that she needs to hear this, still Emerald after 1.5 years. Yeah, it took me a year to get to Diamond. And, you know, a lot of the way that a lot of people give up so early breaks my heart sometimes, because I know the potential that they have, and I know that like if you just stick with it, and you should be doing this for yourself anyways. So it's like, what do you have to lose?
I just, obviously I'm one of the people that you had this conversation with this week, last week. April was a tough month for me. And I didn't hit SC, and it broke my heart because I worked harder than I have in a long time. And I was like starting to doubt myself and whatever, but I still have that passion in me. And then it's interesting, the next day, or no, later that day, I got such a nice message from one of my challengers telling me she's lost weight. She's been on cholesterol medication forever, and she's off of it thanks to me. And it just brought it all back. And I still feel so good because I know we're all helping a lot of people, but I have to admit it's still hard. And then even on the National Wake Up Call this morning, focusing on SC, and you have to hit SC, and then it's like, oh, I know. And then I got brought back to that, so it's hard. But at the end of the day, I know we're all in this to help people, and it made me feel so good that this person, it's like she knew I needed it and she didn't. But it's hard. It's hard to keep it in perspective sometimes.
Yeah, I know it can be hard, especially because the health and fitness is such a personal topic for people. And so we take it so seriously, and we take it so personally, when other people are not wanting to get on board with what we're doing and what we're inviting people to. But I mean, in anything, in any other business, in any other venture or any other hobby, something that you're taking lessons for, there's always going to be goals. There's always going to be something that the instructor or the boss is going to tell you, this is what you should shoot for. So, and then there's kids in school where they're just at different levels, but it doesn't change what the goal is. It doesn't change that this is what the benchmark is that they want you to shoot for. So if there was no goal, if Success Club was never invented, I probably wouldn't aim for adding, 5 to 10 new people a month. I would just randomly find people as I did, it wouldn't give me that drive to hit those marks,
Yeah.
Cool.
Actually, Phyllis and I were just talking this morning too, how I had a really bad April also, and it got me down because I had a really awesome March, and I thought it was going to just roll right in, and April was going to be so great, and I thought I had everything lined up. So I'm doing the same thing you did, and I'm trying to pinpoint how my April was not where I thought it was going to be, so that May doesn't go the same way. And I was talking to Phyllis this morning kind of about the same thing, and I told her that sometimes I feel like when I make a post, I put so much energy and so much effort into it, and then I'll get one like, and then I'm sitting back and forth should I delete it? Do I not? Did I say something wrong? And then I have to change my mindset and just think no, one person liked it, and so one person saw it, and you're making a difference with just that one person, and one person matters. So even if you get Success Club 1 or Success Club 100, it's still one person that you're helping. And it kind of goes with your posts too. No one knows that you're actually we're all over here over analyzing probably all of our posts, but we do. But once it's posted, it's posted. Don't even delete it. I know we've had that conversation before. Someone's going to come on your wall and scroll through and see it. So whether it has 3 likes or 37 likes or whatever. But yeah, it's kind of still frustrating. But yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. Also, I just wanted to kind of give you guys going forward, I'm trying to get some different guests to be speaking on our calls coming up. And we actually have a guest on our call right now. She's not going to be sharing tonight, but we have Christian Stone, and she is actually one of Scotty's diamond coaches. And I've gone on a couple of trips with her. She was on the Dominican Republic trip that Scotty did for his diamonds. And so she's going to be sharing with us next week. And so she's on the call with us tonight because she just wanted to kind of meet some of our coaches and just kind of see the general vibe of our team call and everything. So we will have a couple in the next couple months or whatever. We'll have a few people from Scotty's Diamond team that will be sharing with us on ours, because we're kind of doing like a team call swap type thing. So it's always nice to just kind of get some different perspectives from other coaches and other teams. So I'm excited to be having some different faces on the call coming up. And also, just as a reminder to you guys, you are all welcome to volunteer to speak on the call as well. We always love hearing from you. And even if you don't feel like you have a particular topic that you want to, teach about, it's always great to even just hear your story, because the more stories that we know, like just being able to know your story gives us the ability to share it. And, when we meet somebody that maybe has a story that relates to you, then we can say, oh, I know somebody from our team who, XYZ. So it's always just kind of great, for that way to be able to share. And I'll tell you from experience, you never feel ready to be on the team call. You never are like, oh, today's the day that I know everything I want to say. That never happens. You just have to jump in and just say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk about this, and it's going to happen, and it's going to be great, and it's going to be on YouTube, and I'm going to inspire a lot of people from it. So just trust me. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for being on the call, and please, please, please take the Personal Development Challenge seriously this month. I think that it will be a game changer. I know it will be a game changer for me, and I want it to be just as important to you guys as well. So it's going to be a definite focus for me, and I want to see you guys participating in that as well, and sticking with the weekly posting challenge. I love seeing your guys' posts when you guys share them into the team page. I think it's awesome to just see everyone's different perspective on the prompt for the day, and just kind of seeing those and everything. So anyways, guys, thank you for being on tonight, and have a great week, a great start to this month, and we'll see you guys later. Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Hi.
I have to realize I didn't unmute myself. I have two things. So I've been trying that whole event thing way about doing things. And I got some interest, and I have like 10 people interested, and like 3 people saying they're going, but no one is talking to me. Does that make sense? So like I put in there, like you said, like you have to be my friend, blah, blah, blah. And then only a few people did. And then I messaged everybody. And then
hold on. Let me press stop recording.
Okay.